Big changes are coming to home gyms, and you are about to learn all about them. The home gym world was completely foreign to me in 2020, but now, having been in the industry for 5 years, I've seen a lot of changes, and I have some thoughts about where the industry is headed. I'd say prior to 2020, equipment was very straightforward. You had your racks, you had your barbells, you had your weights, and everything was pretty basic. Not only have a ton of new companies, both big and small, popped up in this space, but along with that, a lot of innovations. This past year was a pretty interesting one for home gyms. In my eyes, it was defined by adjustable lever arm innovations, as well as a shift towards finally accepting that a Smith machine has a place in home gyms. So what's in store for 2025? I could give you some safe and boring predictions, but who wants that? Instead, I want to give you my bold predictions for where I think this industry is headed in 2025. And if these come to fruition, we're in for a pretty fun year. If you have a home gym, you are familiar with the supplement space, and that space has seen an absolute boom of brand collaborations. Ghost seems to be leading the way with all of their supplement collaborations, from Sour Patch Kids to Chips Ahoy to Oreos, Swedish Fish, you name it, they've collabed on it. And then beyond food, we've even seen Godzilla, Transformers, Ghostbusters, Marvel, and Power Rangers. Now let's be real, these are all cash grabs. When there's a food collaboration, there's something to it in terms of flavor, but otherwise you're just buying the supplement because you think the label's cool and you want to hold a bottle that has your favorite character, which maybe is Godzilla. Otherwise, just a cash grab. Why does this not exist in the home gym space? Now, I've customized some of my equipment. My 2 weight stacks I've customized with my own design decals. I've got throwback Nickelodeon characters, which is very near and dear to my heart. And then my other weight stack is a throwback TMNT video game inspired stack that I absolutely love. But how cool would it be to have officially licensed home gym equipment? Imagine the possibilities. Your bumper plates turned into Captain America's shield, a kettlebell that looks like Michael Scott's favorite mug, a turtle shell mag pin for your rack, a lightsaber pull-up bar. I mean, come on. The possibilities are truly endless, and it's only a matter of time before these companies start catching on. Of course, the licensing and manufacturing of these products would come with a hefty price tag, which means a lot of these smaller companies, they're probably not doing this. But for the bigger companies, this can absolutely become a thing in 2025. Smart weight solutions currently exist, and they're great space savers, but they come with a premium price tag. And I'm willing to bet that most home gym owners don't have a smart weight system. I'm talking about something like Tonal, that's a great all-in-one system, but you have to have a dedicated space for it, and it's upwards of $3,000. Take the price, add that it's pretty impractical for a lot of people, and it just doesn't really work. Many other smart systems have popped up, like the Apollo board, but even that is $1,000 and you're limited to pulling on a platform. The idea of smart weights is amazing because it's the ultimate space saver. You don't have to deal with the weight stack, you don't have to deal with plates. It's all encompassing. You have a cable and you have all the weights you can need in one lightweight system. In 2025, you are going to see a lot more of these. Beyond Power makes exactly what I'm talking about with their Voltra. It's a single lightweight unit. It contains up to 200 pounds of resistance, and you could attach it anywhere, to a tree or to your rack. And being able to attach smart weights to your rack is exactly what this industry needs more of. Imagine just attaching 2 of those to your rack and have a fully functioning cable system without any additional space whatsoever. The issue is that the Voltra is $2,000 for a single unit. In 2025, we are going to see many more budget-friendly options hit the market, and options specifically with the home gym owner in mind, with solutions that are specifically made to attach to your existing setups. Personally, I would love to use something like this with my lever arms, because imagine just being able to select a weight and get to work without dealing with plates. And even better is then you could do something like a high row that you can't do with the way that lever arms are currently built. Having 2 of these smart weight systems would be an absolute game changer. That shift is coming. Home gym equipment used to be very basic, very straightforward. Things are getting pretty wild now. It seems like the shift started with knurling, and now everything is aggressively knurled. Magnetic rack pins? Knurled. Handles? Not good enough. Add knurling. Coffee mugs? Needs more knurling. And while an aggressive knurling does feel pretty fantastic, it seems to be less about the feel and more about the craftsmanship and detail behind it. Home gyms are becoming just as much about style as they are about function, and I'm here for it. Here's a perfect example. Have you heard of Rigmates? If you haven't, they are art-forward mag pins with insane designs. You could upgrade your normal magnetic pins to be a designer bear or a dragon for no other reason other than it looks really damn cool. And the thing is, it's hardly more expensive than regular mag pins. The pins I got from Bells of Steel were $30, and these are listed on the website for $45. Not a huge price to pay for something that looks really badass. When I got started, I couldn't care any less about the technical details of the padding on my bench, or the coating on my plates, or how aggressive the knurling is. But now those are things I'm paying attention to. And in 2025, companies are really gonna be taking notice. We're about to see some beautiful pieces of home gym equipment hitting the market, and it's not really gonna come with that huge of a price tag. There has been a recent shift towards more modular designs in the home gym space. We've got plenty of modular storage and rack solutions. We've got all-in-one solutions like the Rep Aries that pretty much has everything you could ever need to do. Companies are taking notice that people want smaller, compact, all-in-one solutions. Us home gym owners dream big, and we want to keep adding to our gyms, but our basements or our garages can only handle so much. A lot of companies are owned by people who have home gyms, and they also want these compact solutions. We've got a ton of storage and rack solutions to save space, but that shift is gonna move towards machines next year. We've started to see this with pendulum squats and hip thrusts, both of which have popped up more for home gyms, but they are expensive and they are pretty huge. Trust me, I've measured it. I want a pendulum squat more than anything. There ain't no way I'm fitting it in my basement. In 2025, I think we're gonna see a lot more machines like a pendulum squat hitting the market, but in a much more compact version. And on top of that, machines are gonna be much more multi-purpose going forward. Take the leg extension, for example. Make it modular, build it with uprights that can take attachments, and then sell additional add-ons to make it a preacher curl, a tricep extension, a lying leg curl, a back extension. And suddenly the machine that's been taking up space that can only serve one purpose now serves a whole bunch more. Or a chest press machine built in a modular fashion the same way that can do shoulder press and rows. I'm not an engineer. Don't ask me how in the world that could work. I don't know. I'm dreaming big here, but I can see a shift towards a lot more modular and all-in-one solutions to accommodate the smaller home gyms out there. Because frankly, that's most of us. For those of us that miss the machines in the gym, 2025, it's our year. I'll admit this last prediction is a little bit wild, but stick with me for a second. You know how you could pay monthly to be able to upgrade your iPhone every 2 years? I think the home gym industry is gonna start experimenting with that model. I'm not talking about renting a power rack, disassembling it and shipping it back. That would be insane, but picture this. Monthly drops of new attachments and new handles that you can only get with a monthly subscription. Pay something like $30 a month and get exclusive access to limited attachments, exclusive colorways, maybe even those brand collaborations that I talked about earlier. Or what about an upgrade credit system? You pay monthly, build up credits, and then you use those credits for new attachments and new pieces of equipment. You get early access to new releases, member pricing, maybe even some custom finishing options. I don't know. Companies are gonna start realizing that there's more money to be made outside of simply selling equipment. They want recurring revenue. We've got brand loyalty, a lot of it, so it only makes sense. Do I love the idea? No, I actually kind of hate it. But with how the industry is evolving, how much people are investing into their home gyms, and how seemingly everything these days is a subscription, kind of feels inevitable. And look, maybe one of two things is true. One, maybe I am completely off base on this. And two, maybe I just gave a company an idea and oops. So there you have it, my bold predictions for where I think the home gym industry is headed in 2025. Some of these might seem totally crazy. Maybe we won't see Ninja Turtle plates anytime soon. And maybe, hopefully, subscription models won't catch on. But that's the fun of making predictions, right? The home gym industry has changed a ton in the past few years, and it's only picking up steam. Companies are getting more creative, more innovative, and they're actually listening to what we want. Well, most of them, anyway. Drop a comment below, let me know which prediction you think is most likely to come true, and better yet, hit me with your predictions for 2025. Where do you think the home gym industry is headed? If you're a home gym owner and you like this content, maybe think about hitting that subscribe button because it helps me more than I can say. I want new people to find this content and I want to help my fellow home gym owners, so it would be a huge help to me. All right, well, I'm gonna go stare at my squat rack and imagine what it would look like with a couple of lightsaber attachments hanging off the back of it. See you in the next one.